back to Satisfactory, and here we are back in the factory, except there's a few differences here that you guys don't know about, and that's because after the previous episode on the, let's have it over there right now, on the little factory over there for rotors, making us a nice supply of this many rotors. We built this, and then after I built this, first of all, things broke bits right from building here, but here it is. This is the upgraded segment here that can provide enough screws. As you can see, everything's all full constantly, so that's good. See, this thing fills up before that thing's done. So, yeah, but it's been gaining stuff for all of its time, and that's all good. It's been giving us a constant supply of rotors for a bit. But then what you guys didn't get to see is after that, since a bunch of recording failures, I essentially lost most of recording, where I built this over here, this new factory right next to our reinforced plate and screw factory. Right, here's our screw factory, making lots of screws. And we have our reinforced plate factory, which, as you can see, comes through here, sending out reinforced plates all the way over to here, giving us lots of those. But now there's this third one on top, which I even have a little pad for. And this one is for modular frames, something that we don't really have a lot of, but we now have built a factory for them. It's this very long, confusing, complex little factory that essentially makes the rods and the reinforced plates that are required to make this. Now, what I don't know, is this efficient enough? Based on how slow things are, it actually looks like this might be efficient enough to be making extra, since, yeah, this thing appears to be efficient enough, since I thought this thing would run out very quickly, but I guess, because I thought it was running low on stuff, but I guess it's not, so turns out that thing is efficient enough to the point where we can get a constant supply. But there's definitely some things to do. While having modular frames come out and over and up into here is nice, we aren't necessarily able to do that. So, well, it's not necessarily useful right now. What we need to do is, first of all, we're going to bring back another assembler. I don't think I have enough to make one right now. I know I do have some rotors on me. We're going to put an assembler right here. And hook it up. There used to be an assembler here. We took it apart in the last episode. We're actually going to make this to make smart plating, again, except instead of manually putting stuff in, we're not reinforced plates and rotors. That ain't bad at all. Here's what we're going to do. Since we don't expect this to be finished for a long time, we are going to go ahead and rotors are expensive. Let me clean this thing out from rotors. Well, here's one of our smart plates coming through. Now I can talk about what my plans are, other than doing that, since this is just one thing I'm doing. While I am taking some of the rotors away from rotor production and taking some reinforced plates away from plate production, I'm also going to be working on getting steel production at the same time. These are reinforced plate made yet. Now, where's that thing? There it is. So, now we're assemblers, making ourselves some smart plating. Only at a very slow rate, 2 per minute. If I ever need extra rotors or reinforced plates, I can probably, steal them. Although, I think its plate production's probably low. So, Then, there you go, smart plating. So now we should have smart plating start going up. But today's goal is to do some stuff relating to our expansion in Tier 3. Basic steel production, modular frames, that's one thing, and rotors. And it's also vehicle transport, but we're not going to do that quite yet. There we go. And steel production.
Milestone reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry grants access to new, simple steel parts. An additional project part can now be constructed. Progress to the next phase is now possible.
is in fact actually not possible because we don't have advanced steel production and automated wiring. But we can look at stuff like what it costs to make the versatile framework. It costs 12 steel beams, 1 modular frame. Steel beams cost 4 steel. A steel pipe, okay. Steel costs 3 and 3 to make 3, and he's made in a foundry. We need coal. We need unused coal. Let's see about getting some coal. So there's coal. I think we might have used that. Oh wait, no, it tells us if we've used them. There's a ton of coal way over there. And there's some coal down here. Okay. So we need coal. That's our clam. Okay, our coal's this way. That single coal thing should be good enough for our very first factory. It's not that far away. It's only a few hundred meters. Ah, there it is. Okay, let's travel across. Anybody else around here? There is a lot of other people around here. Okay, well, I'm gonna quickly head home, but I am probably gonna maybe take a power line home. Uh-oh. I accidentally died. Okay, let's try that again. This time we'll be a little more successful. That's what I'm talking about. That was what I was intending on doing the first time. So I think there's only one coal outcrop here. Yep, it should be enough though. Especially even though we only have a miner mark 1. I mean, we could try and overclock it. But this thing's gets a 120. The thing is, if we want to do anything steel related, we're gonna need to also get iron. I forgot we also need iron. Ah, there's iron ore just across. There's 2 more miners. Each one of these can make 30 per minute, meaning that we can actually combine these. Into here, and then this goes into here, and now we can take them outward. Take them out and down here. So I forgot to hook these up to their respective pat. I didn't even know you can connect 2 things together. Now these things will start producing out some iron. I think. There we go. Yeah, then those will start coming down here. There we go. We got ourselves some coal heading out there. We'll take this thing away just with its power. And we'll also bring these things over. No, I don't think we need to make our...
Picking up multiple fix-it personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm too busy. Let's, with all of our resources coming in, let's go ahead and actually start our factory right here on this side of the factory instead of sending all our time. So in case we ever need to upgrade our factory's coal, we can do that. Let's get started. Now, since these things are okay, we kind of just need to go straight for the foundry here. Alternate iron. Interesting. Now let's get ourselves some steel. And iron will start filling up. Let's actually. I'll also.
Harvest it.
I can. Oh yeah, there's our coal. About to show up, arrive, and give itself a nice entrance, so that we can start making ourselves some beautiful and delicious steel. And we don't have a whole lot of steel right now, but we will split it in half, our output, and give it 2 things. How much does this make per minute? 45, so not the best, but we'll make do. One there, and one here. On one side, we're going to send steel that way, and on the other, we're going to send it this way. And these guys, one of them's going to make steel beams, and the other is going to make steel pipes. Well, this uses 30 per minute, and this uses 60 per minute, but we're probably not going to get that much. So we're going to start sending these home. Ready to make some, actually, yeah, versatile framework factory. It's going to be a thing that simply takes, just like our smart plating, will take just a few pieces from our storage supplies, and they'll use those, and we'll use that to and we'll use it to build some versatile framework, and then we can start importing a little bit at least of those. Okay. There we go. Now we've got stuff on the move. We've also got one of these guys on the move. Well, here we got a lot of steel pipes coming through. Make a hole nice just to ride over, and there they are. Going in. Giving us steel stuff, which we'll be using. Let's see what we got here. This doesn't cost steel. Advanced steel production costs only 200 steel, that's not a lot, and that gives us minor mark 2. Just more steel stuff. Hypertubes costs advanced production, so we're going to need a lot of that. Logistics mark 3 requires not much at all. Fix It blueprints requires not much at all either. Well, it actually does require a lot of modular frames, which, like I said, we don't have a lot of stuff for modular frames. Let's see what we've made in today's episode for modular frames. Only 28, which is not a lot. 28 isn't a lot of frame, or it isn't a lot. 20, it's just not a lot. But, and modular frames just are a slow production thing anyway. We got a huge factory over there. It's only making a few modular frames. But I am happy about it. We got some steel factories way over there. Bringing home lots of steel parts. We'll eventually upgrade that steel factory to make much more. And eventually we'll have to make more steel factories, one for encased steel beams. That's going to be advanced. But there's definitely more things, but we might also need more power plants. Well, but there we go. We've got steel production. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.